In this video, we're going to speedrun HTML and take you from an absolute beginner to someone who can build the skeleton of any website. Let's get started. So, I'll be using VS Code and the extension Live Preview from Microsoft. Here. Now let's begin. So, you declare a web page using DOCTYPE HTML. This tells the browser that it's an HTML page. So what is HTML? HTML is a markup language for creating web page layout and content. So it's the skeleton of a web page. And then you apply CSS to it, to design it, to make it look beautiful. And then you use JavaScript to add functionality to the web page. And so this right here tells the web browser that this is an HTML page. And this is where your main HTML code goes. And now we declare a head and a body. So the body will contain your content for the web page, and this will contain title and first page. Look, the page, the title has changed, and now we're going to look at paragraph tags and heading tags, each one. So, heading tags are used for, of course, headings, and we have 6 of those. So H1 is the biggest heading, and H6 is the smallest heading. Smallest heading. Look, clearly it's the smallest heading. And then we have paragraph tags. These are used for displaying paragraphs. I don't know why. Yeah, there we go. And then we have line breaks. So if you want a line break after this line, that is the equivalent of pressing enter after a line, like that. And we have some formatting tags for formatting our text. So you can mark these lorem ipsum, dolor, and put it in the mark tags. And it's highlighted. And you can use the strong tag and look at the result. It's bolded now. And we have italic tags to make the text italic, of course. Like so. And now this text over here is italic. Yup. And now we're going to look at small. It's another formatting tag. Let's make another paragraph. Lorem. Yeah. Let's make it small. Like so. And the result is visible. And now let's look at how to add links to your web page. So we use the anchor tags to add links to your web page. And if you type within these anchor tags, you can name the link. click me, but it's just text right now because you need to add an href, a reference to say Google. Yep. And this will work, but not inside this live preview. Now let's look at the image tag. So the image tag is a self-closing tag, and I have an image here. Yep. So all I need to do is say image.png, and you can see the image right here, but it's too big, so we can set the width and the height. Width, let's say 720, 360. Yeah, that's good. And height 362. Let's make it a square. That's not good. 720. How's that? No. 180. Yup. That's good. That's great. And so we have the hrefs, the anchor tags for the links and image tags. And that's almost all of it for the basics. Also, you can add a link here for your CSS, style.css. If you add CSS later, this is how you would do that. Yup. Let's just try and see if it works. Star. No. H1B font family. Let's see. Did it do anything? Probably not. This seems correct. Style.css, and okay, let's make it monospace. So we have HR tags for horizontal rules, like so. You can see that, and we can add a CSS file like so using the link tag. Link, rel, style sheet, and href being the style.css file, which I created here. And you can see that the font for the first heading has changed. Yeah. But that's for another video, and let's get on to the next section. Let's look at lists and containers. And there are two types of lists: ordered lists and unordered lists. So to declare an ordered list, you can use the OL tags, and you can write the top 2 movies and what? Final Destination, Bloodlines. And for an unordered list, you can use the UL tags and the LI tag again for list item. Like so. You can see the bullet points, and let's just guava, fruits list, and mango. Okay, now let's look at containers. On to divs and spans. So divs are for grouping elements of a web page, and it's used to design larger sections of a web page, headers, footers, or content blocks, like a paragraph and a button. Usually we can use a form and a button and design it using a div in CSS. But let's just stick with what we know right now. So paragraph and the button. So the button tag is used to make buttons, and it's not going to work right now because you don't have any functionality, and you declare functionality using onClick in JavaScript. So here I styled it a bit. So div p font family monospace, this is monospace, and div button background color aqua. So that's about it for divs. And span can be used to, span is used for inline elements to style them. So destination here has been styled to have a font family of monospace. Let's just change this to courier new. Yep, that looks better. Yep. Meet you in the next section. Also, we have these comment tags. So how do you use comments inside HTML? You declare an angle brace opening, angle brace, and an exclamation point, and 2 hyphens. And that's your comment. Yep. Now let's look at header, nav, main, article, section, aside, footer tags. And the header tag is for declaring the name of your website, a specific header for your website. For example, Scareflix. And then we have the navigation, nav. And inside navigation, you can have links to your sections of your web page, like home, about, trending. Okay, now let's look at main tag. So the main tag will display the main content of your web page. In this case, it's going to display the movies. For example, the hero banner, which would be a big movie poster right here at the top. And then there'll be rows of other movies. So the hero banner, and it's going to have a section to define it, and inside each section for the hero banner there would be a div, and that's just about it. And for the rows we're going to have a section, and it's going to be called row. Also, we have IDs in HTML. ID attribute for declaring the identity of this element, so we can style it in CSS. So this would be the hero banner, and this would be just another row, and inside each row we have a div, and inside each div we have article, and each article would be, an article is a self-contained unit, so it's going to be the movie one, like so. So there'll be many articles inside here, and you must be wondering who's going to update all this. So in modern web development we use React to render HTML quickly, and no one's going to declare all these by themselves. So that's the main section, and now let's look at the footer. So the footer would have the copyright for your web page, like so. Right now there's no space between these because there are no elements inside the main. Actually there are elements, but there's no content to separate them. So the footer tag would have your copyrights, and you can say all rights reserved, and it can also have a nav element for, let's say, contact us. So we have a side tag for creating a navigation on the left or the right of your page, or let's say advertisements. Okay, this is weird, so I'm just gonna add some space between Yep, that did it. So the main content should be separated from the header and the footer. And I did that because it looked weird to have all that on the same level of the header. Okay, now you understand that it's going to be the header and it's going to be the footer, and you have the main content right here. And we have this aside for not for ads. Let's just say, yeah, the Netflix has that search button, right? On the side it can have the search and categories. Also don't mind the space again, because we're not using CSS, so it's going to be all over the place. But you can see that it's on the left of the page, so it's aside from all the main content. Say supernatural. Let's add an image too. Wait. Let's add an image. Okay, where is it? Oh, yeah. Width 360. So, okay, just for your satisfaction, I'm going to declare more of these. And yeah. Wait, let me make it bigger. And you can see that that's how the movies would be displayed. Well, not like that, but you get it. So that's all those tags: header, nav, main, article, section, side, and footer. Let's move on to the next section. We are almost done, guys. So let's look at tables in HTML. So you declare a table using the table tag, and you have a tr, table row, and a table heading, and a table data, td. Okay, so for the table heading, you can have name, table data age. No, wait, let's make another table heading, like so. And let's have data on people. So, yes. So table data, TD, and John Doe. Better yet, let's Arthur Morgan. And age would be, how old was he? I don't know, 35? Definitely older than that, but okay. So it doesn't look like a table, right? So let's make it look like a table. We're going to use inline CSS, style, and border, a solid border of 1 pixels. Yeah. And now the rows don't look right, so let's go into CSS. Don't worry about this, we're going to cover CSS later. And let's just declare the border solid 1 pixel. And now it looks like a table. Let's populate this table so you get the idea. TR, table row, table data, table heading here. And no, that doesn't look right. Just the names. So we have Micah, we have Dutch, and he was probably 45. They're spelling it right. Dutch. Okay. I don't know about Micah. How old was he? Alright, so that's your table. Now let's look at forms. Let's just keep it. So a form, so that it doesn't mess with our table, I'm gonna add some margin of 25 to 50 pixels. No, that's too much. 15 pixels. Now declare, let's declare our form. So a form will have a label. Let's just say name. And then we have an input. Input is a self-closing tag. Input of type, let's just say text. So you enter your name here. Yup. And then you have another label for, let's say, email. And then input type would be email. Yeah, that's just messed up. So BR break line. Sorry, BR would break. Okay, name, email, and phone number. So we declare another label. Phone number, and we have input of type TEL, telephone. Yeah, that's old. BR. Okay, name, email, phone number, and what else? Let's have some choice for gender. BR. So input of type. No. For this we have choice and option. Sorry, we have select and option. Okay, that's how I do that. Male and option female and rather not say. So that's how it works. Yeah. So that's name, email, phone number, gender, and we can have a radio button like so. Label. Preferred plan. Or just plan. Also, don't forget to break the line for the next line to be on the next line. Yeah, that was annoying. So the label plan would have input type radio, and we're gonna call it basic. Let's copy this, paste it again and again. Basic, standard, and what? Ultimate. Yeah. This is probably a single word, right? Okay. So basic, standard, ultimate. Okay, let's straighten our web page out. Like so. Okay. Wait, all of them are selected. Wow. Now let's look at the submit button and the text area. So the text area, yeah, and the label for it. Leave a comment. We can extend this like that. Yeah, we can fix that later. Anyways, so that's the text area. Now let's make a submit button. Nope. Input type submit. Yep, just like that. Another break line. Okay. So that's form for you, and there are more such tags for form, but these are the majority of them. And also you have this required attribute for all of them. So if you try to submit it, it's gonna call out to you and make you enter the email first. If you type it inside input, required. For the telephone, it's going to ask for that too. Okay, let's just say it was filled. Let's try to submit. Yeah, so it's going to call out that your phone number isn't filled. So that's tables and forms. Congratulations, you have made to the end of this video. And now we're going to learn audio, video, and meta tags. So let's start with video tag. Video and source src, and let me just add a video, and let's add controls, because in this form you can't actually watch the video. So when you add controls, the video can play, and if you add autoplay, it's going to play automatically. Yep. And you can also declare a video tag without this extra setup. This is actually for supporting multiple fallback. Like say, if this video doesn't load, we're gonna have another video in another format to replace it. Like so. If this fails too, you're gonna say video is not supported on your browser. We can also declare video like this, video source, and directly writing the video file name over here. So yeah, now there are two videos, and of course you have controls, autoplay, and you have muted, so the video would always be muted like so. Otherwise you can. Actually, this video doesn't have any sound. That's why you can't increase volume for that. Okay, now let's look at audio tag. So audio tag has a similar format where you can declare multiple sources and say audio is not supported on your browser. We have an audio file here with the name audio.wave. Okay, where is it? Yeah, you need to declare controls, otherwise it won't be visible. There we go. And if you hit play, yeah, Okay, now let's look at meta tags. So meta tags are for declaring metadata for your web page. For example, you have your meta character set for your browser. So UTF-8 is the standard one, and we have the meta description tag to define the description for your web page. Meta description and content, just a test page. Okay, and we have the, look at this, it's really annoying. Okay, we can't even, anyways, meta name equals author, and description and content equals your name. I'm just gonna comment this out, it's annoying me. Okay, the Gen Z dev. Also, we have this one important tag that's called viewport. And it's going to declare the website's width, the device's width, when you switch to a mobile device instead of a PC. So you may think that it's not important, but what it does is scale your content for mobile devices. Maybe we can do that here. No. Anyways, so when you declare this, your website would support mobile devices, and it's gonna increase its font sizes and its layout to fit mobile devices. It's very important because otherwise you're gonna be staring at really small titles and headings. And yeah, that's about it. So you have the meta tags, the video, and the audio tag. You also have muted here too, and autoplay. Yep. So that's about it. Thanks for watching this video.